Okay, hi there, this is Kim Willis, and I've got this little message that I want to deliver to you right now, and I have to do it quickly because the sun is fading. I'm out here on the back deck. I'm out here on the back deck in my apartment in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. I want to talk to you about a guy called Steve Martin. Have you heard of him? He's quite a famous comedy actor, also a good dramatic actor, but he got his start in the entertainment industry as a stand-up comedian. And over the years he's been interviewed by various people, and he has a very interesting concept of success. And when asked about how long it took him to become successful, he talked about his years as a stand-up comedian. 18 years he spent as a stand-up comedian before he became a big name movie star. And as he said, the first 10 years were to do with learning his craft. The next 4 years was about refining his craft, and it was only the last 4 years that he became wildly successful. 4 years out of 18 for success. First 14 he was preparing for success. Now, that's a long time, but you know something? If you love what you do, you don't really mind. Now, does that mean that if he knew how long it would take at the outset that he would go down that pathway again? I don't know. I guess it depends on his passion. Whatever it takes may have been his motto. On the other hand, he may have not even bothered with it. If you knew that it was going to take you 18 years before you became successful in your home business as an internet marketer, network marketer, whatever it is that you're doing, would you do it? If you knew that for the first 14 years you were basically in learning mode and refining mode, and only the last 14 years you were going to be making the big bucks, would you do it? You probably wouldn't, and I wouldn't either if I knew it was going to take that long. I was a little bit lucky when I got started because I started making money quite quickly, in fact in my first month. Not that it mattered if it was going to take longer, I was resigned to that, but I don't think I'd be able to wait for more than 14 years before the payoff came. I probably would have gone broke in the meantime. But I think the Steve Martin example is a very good one because he's basically saying, look, there's a learning phase. Now, whether the learning phase for our type of business or your type of business is going to be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4, 5 year, or 6 months, whatever it is, before you start making money, well, it's almost immaterial because we know that there will be a learning phase. The reason why I made money very quickly is because I'd already been through the learning phase in the offline world, because I was marketing other products, physical, tangible products in the offline world. So it was much easier for me to pick up, to get a handle on what was needed in the online world. There wasn't that much of a difference. Sure, there were techniques in terms of how to generate traffic and leads, but I was good at converting leads into sales, and so I was able to get a result quickly. Now, if you don't have that sort of a background, it's going to mean that the learning phase for you will be longer, because I had already paid my dues in a previous career in the offline world. Everyone has to pay their dues. Steve Martin was paying his dues for 14 years. How long do you need to take to pay your dues before you move from the learning stage to the earning stage? I have no idea. It could be a full 12 months before you make any money. Can you handle that? Look, here's a tip. Fall in love with marketing, because if you fall in love with what you're doing, it won't seem so burdensome, and you're more likely to focus on the longer term rather than the short term, the here and now. Nothing worse than doing something that you absolutely hate. Steve Martin hung in there because he loved what he was doing. He loved getting up on stage and making, or at least attempting to make, people laugh. Now, we're not in the comedy business, although sometimes I've been known to experience a comedy of errors. We're not in the comedy business. We are in the marketing business. Irrespective, you need to fall in love with it. If you can fall in love with it, it doesn't matter if it takes 6 to 12 months before you start making some money. That's my thought for today. Thanks to Steve Martin. This is Kim Willis. By the way, I've got my free report somewhere listed on this page, 32 hot ways to get leads. Grab hold of that report. It's a 57-minute video report. You're going to love it. Kim Willis, bye for now.